Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. I'm Heather Lewis. A new resource hub for those in need recently opened its doors in Springfield. Here to tell us more about the O'Reilly Center for Hope is Adam Bodendeck, the Director of Homeless Services for Community Partnership of the Ozarks. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Now, I've heard CPO refer to this project as a game changer for our community. What is the O'Reilly Center for Hope?
So the O'Reilly Center for Hope is a one-stop shop, essentially, and I think that's really what is unique and what's beneficial about it. We have managed to bring about 20 partners on site. So in addition to CPO programming, we're able to bring in a bunch of the partners we work with that cover the scope from physical health to mental health to financial stability, all under one roof. So really, if you come in with a need, we're going to be able to get you connected with a whole host of services all at the same time.
So for people who weren't aware of the old way, describe the old process of helping people who come into you compared to what it'll be like now.
Sure. So a lot of our programming moved from the Springfield Affordable Housing Center, and it was sort of the predecessor of this model in that, you know, you had CPO programs like the One Door program, and you had a couple others. We were able to have family support on site, Catholic Charities, Habitat for Humanity, but because we were in a small space and we had a lot of partners who wanted to be on site with us, they were really relegated to half a day here, a day there. It was difficult. So we've been able to expand that. And, you know, even before that, really, you had situations where folks were having to traverse all over town to get their needs met and to connect with various service providers. So to be able to reduce the number of trips you have to take on the bus or the amount of miles you have to put on your car or the amount of walking you need to do to access CPO programs, to access rural behavioral health services, to access various financial stability programming, to be able to have that in one spot is just it's an amazing system change.
Now, this isn't a shelter, correct? But there are critical care resources that people can take advantage of during the day. What are those?
Correct. It is not an overnight shelter. It is not a day shelter. We want everybody's time here to be very purpose driven, but it is direct service oriented. And so through the One Door program, for example, if you are homeless, if you are at imminent risk of homelessness, this is the starting point in the process of seeking services. This is the intake and assessment component. So we want you to come in. We want to get you connected for anything you may be eligible for.
Is there like laundry services and showers available too?
So we have built in those services and they're coming online. Obviously, like so many other things, COVID sort of had a hand in slowing down, launching some of those right out of the gate. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of policy and process that needs to be worked around those services. But yeah, looking at some of those gaps in our community, including laundry service, including having a place that can function as a mailing address for those who are experiencing homelessness, having showers. We do have those built in, and we look to be launching those in the very, very near future.
Now, we should also mention this is located at the old Pepperdine School. How did CPO land on that location?
So we looked at a whole host of locations before we found Pepperdine. We needed to find the perfect location in the perfect spot, essentially. And so we were very fortunate when we found Pepperdine. We talked to the neighbors here in the Robertson neighborhood and let them know what we were planning on and what we wanted to do. And it's been an honor and a privilege to take this beautiful old building that has been such a critical part of the community for so many years and breathe new life into it. When it comes to the design aspects, everything we've done here, we really wanted to preserve and honor as much of that tradition as we possibly could. So we're very pleased. I think it's a perfect match between what we were looking for and just the community and the building itself.
And having that larger facility will also allow you to offer a training center. What does that involve?
Correct. We have the Burris Training Center, and that allows us to provide a space for various programming, lots of different classes. We have made this space available to neighborhood groups. We look at different training opportunities that can operate out of that space. So recently, the Geek Foundation is a group that has come on board, and they have been providing classes in that space. We have some of CPO's financial stability programs, the Making Sense of Money program, for example, using that as a classroom space. So it's another way to really be able to offer this educational programming, because that's such a huge component of everything we do.
And something that's great for parents wanting to get involved in that, childcare is provided from what I understand.
Correct. We do have childcare staff. We want to reduce as many barriers as we possibly can to accessing these services. And if that's one way we can do that, then we are certainly happy to do so.
Okay, the O'Reilly Center for Hope, again, is located at the former Pepperdine Elementary School at 1518 East Dale. Adam, thanks for being here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We will be right back with more Ozarks Tonight.